I'm Ben Gladden. The Last Supper is one of the most important events in human history. It's the last meal that Jesus ate with his disciples before he was captured, crucified, and then resurrected. But what was it really? Let's take a quick look at what the disciples may have been thinking about when they sat down for that last dinner with their teacher. For the disciples, the meal started off as a traditional Passover celebration, which led then into the Feast of the Unleavened Bread. Passover was a meal that marked the last plague that inflicted the Egyptians when the Hebrews were slaves in Egypt. This plague killed all of the firstborn Egyptians, but it didn't touch the Hebrews. The Hebrews had put the blood of a lamb over their door, and this caused the plague to pass over their houses. This plague also led Pharaoh to let the Egyptians go. So the Passover meal was a marking or celebration of the plagues passing over the Hebrews' houses. During the Passover meal, the host would retell the story of the Exodus, the Hebrews leaving Egypt. This meal would also include eating of unleavened bread, drinking of wine, a ritual cleansing, and the singing of a hymn. Now, the Gospels tell us that each of these things also happened during the Last Supper. The Feast of Unleavened Bread was a week-long festival celebrating the exodus of the Hebrews from Egypt. Now, why do they call it the Feast of Unleavened Bread? Well, tradition has it that when Pharaoh let the Hebrews go, they grabbed everything they had and got out of town as fast as they could, not even giving time for their bread to leaven or rise. So, the Feast of Unleavened Bread is a celebration of the Exodus, the leaving of Egypt, the leaving of slavery. So these are some of the things that the disciples probably had in mind when they sat down for their teacher for the last time: the passing over of the plagues and the Exodus and escape from Egypt.